Hi YouTubers, you're now on the Alrick Show channel. Subscribe, share with your friends and your family. We have stories to make you laugh and stories of change. Subscribe and share. Enjoy.
The Alrick Show, inspiration, motivation, one vision, hope to a new generation. Together we can live and learn. Yes, we're one family on the Alrick Show.
Meditation corner. You see this? This is a spoon. And you see the thing that when you see them up on a construction site where mix the cement, you call it a shovel. You understand? And here we're going. You see the huge difference and the amount of spoon we have to take to make one shovel. So why you gonna gain your wealth with a spoon and get it with a shovel?
Welcome to the Alrick Show. IOctane is here on the Alrick Show today. Since he started his musical career over 10 years ago, he has maintained a positive image and continue to give his fans hit after hit, hits after hits, hit after hit.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
a lot.
No,
Bless and love.
Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. My brother, Meditation Corner.
Yeah.
You don't even know that I tune in sometimes.
Yeah.
What prompted you to do this? Because I don't see a lot of people on the platform, well, as an artist, right, doing what you're doing, what you're using your social media platform for.
Yes.
Why?
Well, as we say, over a decade and more now. If you note, if you look what occurring now, talent is not the only criteria for an individual to be successful no more or popular.
Right.
You understand? So I am not a person where I go bleach my skin or add a tattoo or, you know what I mean? I have nothing against that, but I am not for that, you know what I mean? So what can I do to enhance the brand Octane? You know, I was like, all right then, I want to get more close and, you know, up close and personal with my fans, and then I said, all right, I want to do something positive, but I want to keep it street as possible.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how I took that, you know, from that perspective and started. But then when I started the tour, you know, I'm in Europe and Meditation kind of bigger than my songs then. It's like every time I perform, people I say, Meditation kind, I was like, you know, and then I started looking into it and see how, you know, how the people them react to it and how effective it is to the people them.
Because there are so many people out there that they really do need some level of motivation
Yeah.
to get their day going and to achieve even their goals.
Yes, because, and it's good coming from an artist or somebody that is popular or famous, you know what I mean? Because, you know, being an artist or being somebody who's popular, people don't see as a human being no more. It's like you don't have problems. So when you break it down upon that terms and people see it from that angle, then a lot of people out there, you know, if you notice, human beings on a whole would like to say things and do things, but they don't want to be the example.
How do you stay above the noise to keep yourself grounded? I mean, there are so many things happening. People watch you, because especially you're an entertainer.
Yeah.
And if you slip, you slide with them. How do you stay above the noise and to keep yourself grounded?
Well, for me, from the initial stage, my approach wasn't to be the best artist, like the best DJ or the best reggae artist or the best musician and all.
What was the aim?
My aim is to be the best IOctane. It's only one Octane.
Yeah.
So once you have that perspective, you have a different view, you know? You have to appreciate other people, and then you have to have a tunnel vision towards what you want and your goals and your, you know, what you want to accomplish. Right. So that is the method I use. So I can listen to a lot of artists and I can take the time out, because when you view it that way, then an artist put out 5 songs and around the place. We don't have to put out 5 songs, I can take the time to do my album. You see, if you don't view it like that, then you're gonna be, it's an egoistic game. You know? My world is more of an ego, you know what I mean? So once this artist come and put out the song around the place, and man say, channel star, me have to run the place too. But once you view it like me, then you can give artists the space to do them, and then you can come with your thing. I don't watch the noise of the market, I watch the product of the market. You know what I mean? That's how I view it. And I don't see myself as an artist, I see myself as a business person. That's why I'm always do business, more like a business in terms of just being just the artist. Only when I'm on stage or me in the studio, IOctane is an artist. But out of that, I'm more like entrepreneur.
In all this, timing is so important. You say it's not about leading the pack right now, but it's about being consistent, right? How relevant is timing to for all that you do?
Well, it's very relevant, because as when I say, you have to stay in the public eye, you have to keep your brand going. And for me, I was the first artist. If I was the first, when I really check it, I was the first artist who actually look into the business and was all right then. Reggae music, Bob Marley is the best reggae music. Currently, Vybz Kartel is the best dancehall artist. What can you do to interject your brand and contribute to the music? Then, for me, it's like a puzzle. I don't want to be the middle piece or the centerpiece of the puzzle. Because the puzzle cannot complete it without the end piece. If the small end piece is not on the puzzle, it don't complete. So that's how I view it. And then I really look and I say, all right. A lot of artists always kind of shy away from corporate, so I interject the brand Octane into corporate, and I do a whole heap of different things from the normal artists. So this is how I create content to keep my brand going without it have to be something negative, because as we say, talent is not the only criteria. So a man might climb a pole and he become the next biggest topic tomorrow, or a man might change him color, him skin, or a man might do that. So and the vast looking at it like this is the way to go. So it's more harder to do something positive. But I just try because nobody's doing it, or who is doing it is kind of silent.
Big ideas need focus. How do you focus?
Do I focus? Well, it's simple, It's simple.
Because
for me, it's very simple.
Because while focusing on your next big project, this artist is leading part. This next hit is coming out. How do you stay focused? On what is it that you're doing?
Because I'm accustomed to running the place. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Understand? Running the place coming like, I'm going in my closet and I have like 100 pair of shoes and I don't know which one to choose, and I just pick up one and wear it. So it's a norm. When you're used to it, it becomes the norm. It could become the norm to you. So it's like that. So that's how I focus. I don't really, it's the greatest thing on earth is to know. So I observe a lot of information, but something I don't process. I don't make my brain process it, because once your brain processes it, if you don't realize as a human being that it's somewhere in your subconscious. So once that topic arises or brought forward, then it will bring back the information that you process.
Right.
You understand? So I just process limited amount of things that is necessary for me to function as a human being. But me abreast about everything same.
All right, we take a break. When we come back, we continue our conversation with IOctane.
Alrick Show.
Welcome back to the Alrick Show. IOctane, the Globe Boss, is on the Alrick Show. How do you remember your first hit?
Boss.
How do you remember your first hit?
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it?
Yeah.
You remember the moment? You remember how you felt?
Well, yeah. But how I remember my songs is when I'm on stage and the rhythm start to play. It's like the music, because I don't literally write. I never write a song yet, like on paper. At first, I can't understand my handwriting, right? It's terrible.
You can't understand your own handwriting.
Yes. So I don't. Now when I was going to school and I used to write, and people say, "Oh God, no, you must be
a doctor.
You must be a doctor, you're a pharmacist." So I never really proud about my handwriting and stuff, so I don't really write. I just retain the information inside my brain and then just deliver it. Right. But the first time I hear myself on the radio, I create a lot of excitement. I run round the yard and make up being nice and call everybody and say, "Listen to me." And as the crowd comes on, the DJ just changes the song. But that was a great feeling, you know what I mean? And then at the initial stage, my aim was to just establish a boss and show my friends that I'm not an iron balloon. But then now, after a period of time, then I start to value music different. It's like something I used to alleviate myself from stress. I start to sing because I grew up very poor, so them things I just put in on my song them and then I feel alive when I sing it, or when I write it or when I sing and people say, yo, you take a boss and you're so good and you're so different. It's like I find a different sense of purpose in life. So I start to value music different. Like, yo, I can actually do this and, you know, contribute something positive to the world.
What were some of the things that you would tell yourself or actually do so that you'd step into your purpose?
Well, I don't, for me, you see, people don't understand the power of words, you know. For me, is when I use certain words in a sentence, is because it have to formulate the sentence and make it sound right because of English language.
Right.
But for me, I don't use try, I don't use could, I don't use should, I don't use me shoulda, or me ever try and all those things. For me, those are, you know, form of doubts. Or you give yourself option not to. Or me coulda, or me should have tried that, or, you know, is either me do it or me don't do it. You know, so once me say me doing something, me I go do it. You know, or me just not do it. It's that I don't give myself no in between, like me shoulda do this or me shouldn't do that. So that is how I motivate myself. You know, I talk to myself a lot. People sometimes people say I'm mad, but I'm a person who talk to myself and like, yo, you shouldn't do this or you do this or you're supposed to do this. So once I keep my mind wired like that, then I don't really need an individual to remind me or to motivate me. Which I do them things to motivate myself, because you see a lot of people who fall in depression because they build them world around a certain amount of individual.
Right.
And remember, so people is unpredictable. When people go on this side, say, all right, I don't want to be a part of Alrick movement no more, then, you know, you depend on that person so much till it put a damp in your show or put a damp in the movement. And by the time you find somebody to replace that person fall below the expectation of what you want, because the expectation of the first person was so high. So everybody fall below that. So come like, you're going, you're decelerating instead of, you know. So for me, I look into that and I try to get that from me, or get that from me as a person.
Do you purpose in your heart as to who you surround yourself with?
Well, it don't matter, you know, because people will always be people. And whatever I can get from you, I can get from myself, from me as a person. That's how I think and that's how I put it out there, and it's been successful for me for like over 20 years now.
How proud are you of yourself and are you there yet?
Proud is not a word I really dwell on, you know.
Right.
Because I think proud, for some people, proud is a word that them use and they use to validate them as a human being. Proud for me is a word that if I dwell on it, I get complacent. You know, all right, I buy a Benz, I'm proud. I have a house, I'm proud. I have a couple of songs, I'm proud. So it always reminds me what I'm supposed to be proud of. And a lot of people fall into that and don't continue. That they can contribute more. You know what I mean? So I appreciate my accomplishment, but I have more to offer. You know? A house is not the soundtrack of my existence. So I have more to offer. So I don't really use those, for me, I don't really use those words to define me or to comfort me as a person.
Right. How did you get the name? For more. How did you get the name Glow Boss?
Well, Glow Boss, I've been to so many places in the world, and you know, I went to like Gambia, you know, and you know, like 45,000 people in the stadium, and them are rocking. It's like me alone in concert, and I say, yo, God, no. It's amazing to see like 45,000 people. I jump and I go crazy, and I would say, yo, you are the Glow Boss. And from that, I just start work with it and say, all right, Globe. Because my production company is Conquer the Globe.
Right.
Conquer the Globe production. So them say, yeah, the Globe Boss. Or them usually say Globe, so them say Globe Boss. You know, so
what is the mission behind your production company?
Well, the mission behind
is this just about IOctane, the brand, and pushing the brand? Is it just about that?
It's not solely about that, but it's about that also. But for me, I just want to keep a part of the roots of reggae music and dancehall music. Because you know, everybody privileged enough to have a studio, like buy a computer, have Pro Tools, build up them studio at them home, which is good. But then, you know, coming from the old school and make this transition into the new school, it was nice when you have artists who link up at one studio, and more than one name brand artist, and you know, it just get a vibe there, and it have that energy within it. So that's one of the main reasons why I create this environment, and also for young artists. A lot of young artists is very talented, but them don't have no place to use.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So, and the most talented youth, them is the most unfortunate person. You know what I mean? We're not talking like raw talent. We're not talking about person when people create.
Right.
And just build a persona and just inject you into that persona and it becomes successful. But you have people who can actually move the genre to a next level. And them are the person who start from roadside, can't afford studio time, but them very, very talented. So I always buck up in a whole heap of them youth there. I go a stage show or, you know, I just buck up in a youth, but I never have the platform to accommodate them. I'm always I try miss out, and then I see back them youth, them no time at all. So I say, God no. So I create that so I can have that environment so young artists can link them. I try advise them and sign them to the company and, you know, bring them to the forefront and things. So that's one of the main reasons. And then sorry, the business gets so segregated where this artist are linked with this person and this person are linked with this person, and artists say if this man vice on the rhythm, I not vice, and producer say if you vice to that man, then I not vice you. And I mean, I said no, but them people come see me in the business. I may accomplish more, but I'm not really high part. So why should I get myself involved in this? When I was going to Penthouse Studio or Arrow Studio, I never say Butcher tell Terry Fabulous or Queen Africa or Marcia Griffiths are very say, yo, if you're vice pan rhythm, I'm not vice pan rhythm.
Everybody you even use the same rhythm, or they come together.
Yeah, so I'm not accustomed to it, and it's not a good feeling. So, and me as a youth, I don't like to change people's environment. So I just create something for myself so I can have my own.
Real. All right, more from IOctane when we come back from this break.
Alrick Show.
Right now we need money in a bank book, one Benz for the man foot a roll up like one pants foot, yeah.
Welcome back to the Alrick Show. We continue our conversation with Bayomi Muir, IOctane. Bayomi Muir. I don't know if I don't know this. It's Bayomi.
It's Bayomi.
Bayomi.
Yeah.
Muir. What's the meaning behind it, you know?
Well, you know, when I get that name, everybody was like, where you get that name from? So I asked my mother, like, she says an African name. She must get it from a book or something like that. So everybody always asks me the definition for it. So I look it up, it's nowhere to be found. So I just said the definition for it is strong. So
Strong.
I just add something to it.
Which, no, why did you choose the word strong? Why? Why the word strong means so much to you?
Because, as I explained earlier on, that people forget the power of words. You see the things that you speak over yourself. And me witness it and it become a part of my life. Before I sing my life, I have no problem in life. And my life become one of my biggest songs. And when I sing that song, my life not easy like 1, 2, 3. That's where I have the most problem. Everything becomes problem to people, to this, to that. Issues there, all but. So, you know, some start to look into it and know, say, people forget more time when I speak things, it really happen.
True.
You know, it go out in the universe and it come back to you. And you wonder why your life is like this, because a way you speak over your life. If you find a person in depression and them speak sad things and them act sad things, them act sad.
Right.
You know what I mean? And them put themselves through a lot of terror, you know. So you have to know when you speak happiness and enlighten things over your life, then you see a different part in your life, and then you attract different type of people. If I get up every day and say, yo, me a bad man, me a good man, Ray. Naturally, when you see me, I go see me with 100 man, and 90% of them are going to be gun man because of things them speak.
Right.
And it become a part of your persona, and become a part of you, and you start to live. You have to understand the type of persona them where you create and what can, you know, control your soul.
Where do you go to find peace? Or what do you do?
You know, some find peace everywhere because you never know where life are going to turn out for me. Remember, you know, you have a place named prison. And you have 45% of the people them who occupy the space is innocent. You might just leave here, you never know, and somebody run across the road and them charge you for manslaughter and you have to spend some time.
What is that biggest lesson life has taught you?
Well, that simplicity is the way. The biggest lesson is simplicity.
You know,
that is the biggest lesson in life. You know what I mean? Because you see, if you don't look upon life that way, then you forget that you is the value of all things. It's not the things, it's the value of you. You understand? That's why you have a person you see every day and them good, and once them buy the Benz and change. And change is good, you know. Change is good because you have to change. You born, you grow, you get bigger. So change isn't good, but them switch. A switch is an option and you can see it.
For some people, the house, the car, and all these things matter to them. What matters to you?
All of those things matter, you know. But you have to understand, say, you is the common denominator right here. You is why why it exists. So once you understand that, then you can appreciate people, you can appreciate life. You understand? You can kind of detach yourself from the persona where you create. Cause you have like Alrick Show, Alrick and people see as that, then you just get caught up in that. And you don't come back down to ground and kind of live certain life or you're supposed to live as a human being. And then when the time comes, you can make that transformation into the character that you create. So a lot of people don't know how to do that.
What is the vision that you have for yourself, for your career and for people?
Well, my vision, you know, what the New Year resolution is different. My one is growth, just growth. And with true growth or true growth, everything exists.
Are you enjoying the business now? What are your plans for tomorrow for the business?
Well, from entering into the business, I enjoy it, you know.
This is what you know you want to do.
Yeah, man. From me leave school, my mother. All right. When I go to school, then I leave school and I went to Knox College. I did a 2-year diploma in science, and then I leave. When I leave, I was supposed to go IOctane. I never really get the student loan because I'm mama alone still. So
that's why every song mama alone.
Yeah. So I decide, say, you know what? Age 16, I'm not gonna really be a non-progressive element, you know. So I started to do music more. But from school days, I was doing music, so I started to find out that, music more, the mother wanted me to become an architect or a scientist or something like that. Because you know, when you're mother and she spend her money, you know what I mean, your hobby cannot be fair money's worth,
right,
you understand? Right. And even though you become established and I give her so much things and money and all them things, that she still feel like, my son should be one of them person. Politicians or something that, you know what I mean? Because, people always have different goals and dreams for you.
For you, true.
That is not necessarily you want.
You have to claim yours.
You have to claim yours.
For you.
Yes, and once a person don't see you accomplish that, them feel like you're failing his or her eyes.
True.
You understand? So you have to know that, and I didn't know that from the initial stage. So I just the music, and from enter into the music, I always a smile. No matter what come at me, I always a smile because, trust me, and millions of artists who much talented than me don't get a break. Me know, like 12, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, me know artists who more talented, like me listen to them and learn. And I know them to get established in the business. And I go like more than a decade and do it over and start over and do it over. And the music is great for me. The glass is more than half full. I always look upon things. I always look upon the glass half full more than half empty.
IOctane, where you got the name from? What is it?
Well, IOctane was given to me by me and an engineer at Penthouse at the time, Bones. So I was signed to Penthouse when I was going to school, 14 or so. Not really signed, but I did it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Donovan Jermaine was like, yo, cause when we leave Clarendon, we come to town, it was like, Rich, no man. You're too bad for Rich. That name, you need a different name. That's a TV character. So I was like, going through the dictionary, points up on the word octane. So Bones was like, yo, octane, what the word at this? So when I read the definition for it, it means high energy, high performance. So I bring the name to Donovan Jermaine and he said, what it mean? I explain to him and he said, well, that's you, because when you perform, it's like a transform. But I said, octane. So I was like, IOctane. So I said, yeah, good, H-I-G-H. I said, no, I, like I myself, me. And I said, okay, good. So that's how the name.
And it has been working, high energy and positive vibration. Thank you again, man, for sharing.
Yeah, man,
today on the Alrick Show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, love.
All right, I want to thank IOctane for being on the Alrick Show. The Alrick Show will be back next week.
Alrick Show.